Hi there. Good morning, afternoon, evening. It's so nice to be here with you all for our last pre-recorded session for our Brain Boost pilot. The end of the school year is quickly approaching, and we just really appreciate that you guys are still hanging in there with us and trying out these strategies in the classroom. We've got two more strategies to go this school year. Pam's going to introduce those next. But as usual, I'm going to run through some of the feedback that we got on the last strategies, and that was 1, 2, 3 show and card sharks. Just share some thoughts that other folks had with you guys in case they're helpful in your own classroom application. So for 1, 2, 3 show, a lot of folks really liked the partnership aspect. They liked that the kids teamed up together and then had to kind of rotate around the room to find new partners. Loved that level of interaction and engagement with the students. Other teachers found that that was a little bit harder, especially I think a great observation was that this late in the school year, depending on your age group of kids, the kids have kind of already, have their favorites in the classroom, the kids they normally gravitate to. And so getting them to kind of pick new people to partner with was a challenge. So one of the teachers suggested using it as an icebreaker at the beginning of the school year as a great way to kind of get the kids to move around the room to meet new peers. So that was a really great suggestion. Modifications for this exercise, some of the feedback that we received discussed rather than having students do both of the exercises. So, right, that you do your 1, 2, 3 show, and then whichever number's thrown, they decide between the two of them which exercise to do first. But eventually you do them both. Some folks suggested that instead of doing it that way, you could just simplify it, revert back to regular rock, paper, scissors, and have an exercise list that corresponded to just an exercise for the winner, the loser, and a tie. That recommendation was really born out of the feedback that some of the students wanted there to be a clear winner of the strategy rather than it being sort of a doesn't matter who won or lost. It was really just more about the movement. And so I think that's an important takeaway point for all of these strategies is at the end of the day, it's really just about the movement. So if you find the kids are sort of being resistant about a particular aspect of the strategy, finding a way to do that modification so that they might like it better, but they're still up and moving. That's really all that it's about. Again, with a lot of these, we've given you some suggestions for assigned exercises, but again, on that same train of thought of wanting the kids to be into it and to want to be engaged, have them pick, they can always pick movements that they feel most comfortable with or most excited about. Again, it's all about getting them up and moving. 1, 2, 3 show was mentioned as a great activity to do after long periods of testing. So whether students have been sitting at their desk and kind of honed in on the computer or a piece of paper, not only does this particular strategy lend itself well to getting up and moving, like in general, you have that element of partnership and interacting. And so it's a particularly favorable strategy for using post-testing. Another fun idea for this one was just to, instead of assigning exercises 1 through 5, you could assign exercises 1 through 10, so that then when the students throw their two numbers, they're adding the two together and then doing the exercise that corresponds with that number. So that was a really fun suggestion. For card sharks, this was one of the favorites of the year from a lot of folks. And so it lent itself well to classes that really enjoy that element of competition, friendly competition with the teacher. And so that part was really fun for a lot of the teachers and a lot of the students. Similar with, so some of the older kids, we're hearing a lot that the older kids are not into the whole idea of a victory dance. Which is totally fine. Again, you're kind of reading the room, right? And if you know that certain kids or certain age groups are just not going to be favorable to a certain type of movement that's suggested in these activities, you modify it, pick a different movement, have them pick the movement. Again, it's all about getting up and moving. For the students or for teachers who were working with groups of younger students, this one was particularly enjoyable from a math perspective. And so taking that greater than, less than, equal to approach to the whole thumbs up, thumbs down. And then similarly, one of the other, or another teacher who had a group of younger students noted that instead of using a deck of cards, they used flashcards numbered 1 through 10. And so it really helped the littles with their number recognition and, again, understanding greater than, less than, or equal to. So that was another really great suggestion. So again, we appreciate you guys taking the time to let us know what's working, what's not. We're really excited to take all of the feedback you've provided this year and work on strengthening these strategies before they become final curriculum packages. And so with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Pam. She's got the last 2 strategies of the school year, and I'm going to look forward to seeing all of you hopefully in real time, May 8th at 4 p.m. when we meet one final time over Zoom. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the April Professional Development. We will get to our 2 new Brain Boost activities in just a minute, but I want to share with you a few fresh updates before we get started. So the first is that we have just kicked off. Today will be the first one, our lunchtime pep rallies for elementary schools. The Fresh team will be coming out to elementary schools during one of their scheduled lunches, similar to what our Fresh tastings are. They'll be going from table to table, showing a little bit of a kickoff video for our summer events and sharing some information, kind of hyping everybody up, looking forward to our events and what's to come over the summer, and then leaving every child at the elementary school with a little surprise goodie bag, like a little backpack, string backpack that has some things inside and some promotional information from some community partners for this summer. So we're looking forward to that and looking forward to another summer of fun, fresh events coming up. The Every Kid Healthy Picnic is coming up soon. That is on Saturday, April 22nd, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Rady Park. And, we're welcoming everyone to come. If you hear any chatter about it, if you'd like to talk it up with your students, that would be great. We will have a taco truck, a little pop truck out there. So free tacos, free popsicles while supplies last. And we're really excited to be out there with, again, our community partners, doing, just kind of getting families engaged. So that would be a good time. Coming up in May. So just a reminder that our May professional development will happen on May 8th. It's not our typical third Tuesday, but because we know that Fauquier High School has graduation that night, we kind of sent out that poll to see what worked for everyone. That Monday, May 8th seemed to be majority, could work. So we're going to move it to then. We are going to honor what we had said back in the fall, which was a $50 added to your stipends if you could attend the live kickoff in the fall, and if you could also attend the live wrap up in the spring. So anyone who is able to attend that live via Zoom meeting on the 8th will have $50 added to their spring stipend for their wellness leader duties. Speaking of the stipend, that payment will be processed, including that $50. Should you be able to attend that last meeting, will be processed sometime in June and or processed after our last PD and should hit you sometime in June in your pay. If you do not receive it, then please reach out to Jess Sefka and she will kind of, check into it for you, but expect it sometime middle to end of June. Your PD credit for attending all the wellness leader meetings and doing the turnaround trainings for your pilot teachers will be credited to you at the end of the year. So you get 1 hour. I know that these are, have been quick PD videos this year, but you get the full 1 hour credit for each month attending these PD or viewing the PD recordings. And again, that will be put into your account in June. There is no need to log in to Frontline to get anything. I know you're still getting those emails, but nothing right now is in Frontline. The Zoom link for the May 8th meeting will not be put in Frontline. That is something I will send to you via email. And so you'll have that come right into your inboxes. And that last meeting will really just be a recap of the year and what you liked, what you could add to any of the strategies that we've done this year. Hopefully Amy and Kelly will be able to join us and kind of give you some feedback or hear your feedback as we put together the full curriculum packages to go back to VDOE. I know that we have a videography crew going into a couple of the schools to capture videos of the students in action with the Brain Boost, similar to what we did with the calming and refocusing strategy. So that will be happening early May. Looking forward to capturing those images to add to just really kind of round out like what these strategies look like in action in classrooms with the children. It would be great. The last two strategies that we have for this this year is the Opposites Challenge and Tic-Tac-Toe. They're a little bit different. Opposites really are going to take a little bit more thinking in that challenge, and can definitely be adaptable for the young ones and the older ones. And tic-tac-toe is a strategy that will require a little bit more resources. It does take paper and pencil, so something to think about as you are looking at the strategy. The lesson plans will have those embedded links again. And I'll also put them in the email that take you straight to the demo videos that Amy and Kelly have put together to kind of explain how these strategies are used. Of course, as always, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out, and myself or Megan are happy to just either, answer what we can or put you in touch with Amy or Kelly, or get, some feedback from them if needed. But we're here for you, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your spring, and we look forward to seeing you in May. Take care.
This is the Opposites Challenge. In this Brain Boost, students pair their listening skills with movement. Teachers will call out an action and direction. Students will perform the action in the opposite direction. For example, if the teacher says reach down, the student should reach up. If the teacher says hop on your right foot, the student should hop on their left foot. This activity continues until the teacher determines that the time is over. This is the Tic-Tac-Toe Brain Boost. This Brain Boost uses a tic-tac-toe board to get students moving. Students will need a piece of paper and a pencil. Each student creates a tic-tac-toe board on their paper and fills in each spot with a number from 1 to 20. Once that is complete, the students then crumple the paper into a ball. A random number is chosen by the teacher or by using random numbers wheels. Students uncrumple their paper and mark off the number it appears on their board. Next, students will recrumple the paper and toss and catch or volley it in their hands that same number of times. Repeat this game until you have a student who has won tic-tac-toe.